Welcome to our show. It's Vincent Wong, founder of Solution on Wheels, and Andrew Wong, founder and editor-in-chief of Harper Times.
That's right.
In environment protection, there's a concept called 3R.
Yes.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's it.
But for Harper Times, it's something different. The 3R stand for rules, radicals, reviewed.
Review, okay.
Rules for radicals, reviewed.
That's right, that's right.
You have the event last week, huh?
Yes, we did. Last Thursday morning, Simon Lee and I got up and we talked about rules for radicals and how it's being used and applied in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting because if
Give
you
us a summary.
Yeah, because if you walk through, so first of all, a bit of background, a bit of context. 1971, Saul Alinsky distills all of his wisdom from 3.5 decades of fighting the man, of being in asymmetric power situations where he goes into communities, he organizes people to be able to fight, whether it's government, whether it's corporations, basically a big power against a smaller power, right? So he gathers the power of the people and then uses it in creative and often entertaining ways.
That I want you to save it as your business secret, but I want to know what happened to the crowd, well, the audience.
Yeah, so the thing is, you know, it's all written up in the book. It's no secrets, right? But it's being applied in Hong Kong. And people in the city don't get it. They're like, oh, why are the radicals being so crazy? Read the book. You'll find out. It's part of a plan. We had a really interesting group of people there, ranging from corporate communications professionals to, we even had some students come out, to people in government, diplomats. It was quite an interesting crew. And, you know, it's funny because for some of the people we're talking to them and they're saying, how do you deal with these people when they land on your doorstep? But then there were some others in the audience that was like, oh yeah, I want to use these techniques myself. Right? So it was kind of interesting talking to those two different groups of people. And then you had people who had used the techniques in other countries, in other scenarios. Now, you know, we run our events through Chatham House rules, so, you know, no names. But it was really interesting to hear from people kind of the questions they had, and they're like, well, how does this apply? Or how is it being used in Hong Kong?
Just one question for the sake of our audience.
Sure.
Is it what you have just did last week?
Yeah.
It's borderline of kind of like a promotion of
the rules for radicals?
Yeah, or a promotion of violence. I'm quite sure some people would perceive it that way. How would you answer that?
You know, it doesn't make any sense to not understand what's going on in the world around you, right? So somebody who studies tsunamis, you don't accuse them of creating or promoting tsunamis, right? It's out there. It's happening, and if you're going to deal with it, the only way you can really effectively do that is if you know what's going on.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
But
having said that, you said some people did jot down notes about they may use such tactics, right?
Yeah. Well, we like to be open to students, and so we invited some had some professors.
Would you be like planting the seed of violence into the heads?
No, because one of the things about Saul Alinsky, and we made this clear in the presentation, was Saul Alinsky. He said these are rules for radicals, not revolution, but radicals. He was not big on the use of violence. He didn't think it was an automatic go-to tactic. He does have a kind of a whole section about ethics, and to summarize his 11 rules of ethics very bluntly, anything justifies the end. The ends justify the means. So violence, if it is warranted, but he was not advocating armed resistance, right? He would advocate kind of fun, like one of his rules was whatever you do has to be fun, right, for your followers. Don't make it last too long, you know, get in there, make your point, you know, make the noise, make sure people have fun with it, and get out, right? So for example, one of his things that they came up with was they were going to have their community, they were agitating in Chicago to get some changes in terms of welfare for people in the ghettos there. And they were going to go out en masse to Chicago, the busiest airport in the world, and occupy every bathroom at the airport. Every stall, just get in there, lock the door, pretend that they were doing their business. And people would be coming out of their flights, and there'd be nowhere to go to the bathroom. And, you know, they thought this was a legitimate threat, and they never had to execute on it because they were so well organized, and they had the reputation that the city authorities came down and said, okay, we heard about this, don't do it, we'll give you what you want. So, you know, he doesn't go to violence right away, and he actually warns against psychopaths getting into your organization or joining your protest. You've got to look for people who just want to be violent and avoid them, cast them out. Don't let them ruin your cause. So he was
just to make it clear, the ideas are not from you, but from the book.
Saul Alinsky, published in 1971.
Exactly. Well, anyway, Speaking of event, there's another event you want to talk about, which will happen tonight.
Tonight, yes.
Monday night.
So very quickly, this one's got the law in it, equality and the law. So the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, Beverly McLaughlin, is going to be speaking at Hong Kong University tonight. But you got to register, so if you want to go, Google it up, but you got to register. It's going to be popular. So she is effectively the top judge in all of Canada, has been for many years, hugely influential, and it's going to be here and it's going to be speaking about equality in the law. So looking at how legislation in Canada and court cases have been used to determine things like equality, discrimination, and I think that's interesting, and I'm going to look for who's in the audience because later this month the Equal Opportunities Commission of Hong Kong is going to be making their recommendation for legislative changes in this city, and I'm curious to see if gay marriage is on the list.
Well, with that in mind, do register early. You still have a few hours before the event commences tonight, and I have to thank the good work by Andrew.
Hey, I always appreciate that you're looking for great solutions, Vincent.
All right. See you next time. Like us, share us, and leave your comments below.
Yep.